Are these the best 3D headphones on the market? Let's check them out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is really cool. This is the Audeze Mobius 3D audio headset. And its big thing is that it can duplicate 5.1 or 7.1 surround sound, which means it's not only really great for gaming, but it's really great if you want to just watch movies on your computer and get the full surround sound experience, which a lot of sound engineers are really working on. Movies now are very 3D. And these duplicate that in a really kind of weird but amazing way. So let me tell you a little bit about them. They feature a planar magnetic drivers, and like I said, they can do both 5.1 and 7.1. You're looking at that microphone and you're thinking, can you take it out? And the answer is yes, you can. So you can actually skip the microphone if you just want to use them as headphones, but they're really designed to be gamer headset. So the idea is that a lot of software, a lot of games are using 3D sound. So you can hear from behind you someone creeping up on you. And there's a lot of oral clues that are happening. So like you hear gunshots in the distance, but they're off to a side. So you know that if you go in that direction, you can actually find the people that are shooting. So we played around with Portal 2, and that has great sounds anyway, and this made it a really immersive experience, really fun. It does head tracking too, which is super interesting. So you have this sort of 3D model of what's going on around you in sound, and as you turn your head or move it up or down, the sound actually responds to that because they have some chips inside the headset that are actually processing all that data. It's pretty cool. You can even set up room emulation. If you want it to sound like a specific room that you really love gaming in, you can do that. Now, the way you do some of that is they have an HQ app that you can download for free. You plug in your headphones, and I should back up and say that for the most part, you want to use these via USB. So you can do it. It includes USB-C to USB 3, which is the longest cable, and then USB-C to USB-C. Either way, you can plug it into your computer and you're going to get the best sound. That's really the only way to get that full 3D surround sound. They also work with Bluetooth. You can also plug in 3.5 millimeter on both ends, so you could use these for headphones for your phone, for example, but you're not going to get that full audio experience unless you're using that USB connection. And I did think I said that they're Bluetooth too, so it really gives you every possible way to listen, but for the best and most full experience you want USB, which then if you run it on your Mac or PC, you can get the app, and here's what that app looks like. It gives you some nice functionality. It's not a very well-written app in my experience. It's just sort of like lags behind what you're trying to do, but it doesn't really matter because you use it once, you set things up the way you want, you get that data into the headphones, and then you're done. So it is certainly good enough for the task. I can't imagine people are going to leave it running full time, but it is, if nothing else, interesting to see how it matches the motion of your head, which is kind of fun. Now, I said Mac and PC. These headphones work with Mac, PC, PS4, and Xbox just fine. And if you're using them in Bluetooth mode, they give you 10 hours of battery life. If you use them wired, they will give you AAC or LADC, but not aptX. So for those of you in the Android world, these will work as Bluetooth headphones. They won't give you the absolute best possible quality audio, but AAC is just that on the iPhone side. They're also Discord certified, so Discord's been certifying gamer headphones so that you just know they're going to work well, they're going to have super low latency and everything. And these indeed have really low latency. So one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to give you a chance to hear what the microphone sounds like. So I'm going to switch and give you a microphone sample that I recorded with these through my computer.
I'm recording this in a very loud environment, but it's still picking up my voice, and you can see by the waveform it's doing just fine differentiating me speaking from all the ambient noise around me.
Now, it's worth mentioning that there are a lot of controls on the left earpiece. So here's a close-up. The first thing to know is that on the back are microphone mute and power buttons. When I first plugged these in and started to use them, I didn't know that I needed to turn on the power switch. Go figure, because I was just looking along the edge where there's plenty of buttons. So now let's look at that edge. So from right to left, there's volume control, there's microphone input volume control, there's that 3.5 millimeter jack for using it in that mode, there's USB-C for charging and or using in wired USB mode, there's the plug for the microphone, and then there's the 3D control. So you can push and hold, and that'll step through 3D off, 3D manual, and 3D automatic. And it's definitely fun to turn that on and off while you're listening to something, because you get just such a different experience. And so it should be no surprise that these have a huge sound stage. For listening to music, or for really like the music in your favorite game or something, they have a really big 3D sense to them, and that's really fun. They're also bass heavy. Even when you set flat as your preferred EQ in the app, they're still really bass heavy, which is exactly what you want for a gamer headset, because you want to feel those explosions. You want to turn it up and really have it be a fully immersive experience, whether you're doing Call of Duty or Portal or whatever the heck is your favorite game. You want it to just be where you can zone out and really just be in the game. And these really definitely let you do that, which you would hope, because they are premium price headphones. Now, one more thing, and then we'll talk about the price. They do come with detachable and replaceable memory foam ear pads. So that's the thing that tends to go and get grody the fastest, is these earpieces, especially if you wear them for hours on end, because you get a little sweaty. So you can replace these. And I should mention, in speaking of wearing them, is they're heavy. These are big, heavy headphones. So the last headphones I looked at were super, super light, and you barely knew they were on. These are not that style of headphone. These are clampy, and they really are doing their very best to get a really good seal around your ear, which is really good if you want to cut out all the ambient noise around you. They're not ANC, but kind of you don't need them, because for their intended use, you're probably going to have the volume pretty loud anyway. So you won't be hearing any of your friends in the room talking to you, but your friends over the game you will hear perfectly well. There's also the soft part on the top of the headband. So I find them pretty comfortable, but again, for this style. The microphone is easy to put in. Well, of course I say that and then I can't get them in. There we go. So now, and then it's quite adjustable, so I've found best results having it just like an inch or so from my mouth. And of course that means you have all those issues with P's popping and stuff. So if you really have a problem with that, you might move it further away and then use that dial to dial up its gain a little bit so you still sound louder. But pretty easy to use. Remember, there's that mute switch on the earpiece, so now it's muted, so I don't have to worry about people hearing me. I can also just move it out of the way, but that does not automatically mute it like it does with some other headphones. So they sound really good. It was really fun. I went and listened to some really early Supertramp, and there's just like the detail in the music and that 3D sense that I know it's being added by chips and stuff. It's not in the original recording, but it gave me a lot of detail for the music that I wasn't really aware of previously when I had listened to it. So these are really fun as just audio headphones, but where they really shine is as a gamer headphone. Now, they are premium. So again, let's get to the price in just a second. Let me just make sure I tell you that it comes with a nice soft carry bag. This is not going to protect it at all, but I really like the soft ones. It has that USB-C to USB-C, USB-C to USB 3, and 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. It has a little cheat sheet, which is really helpful because their manual, this is the Traveler's Handbook to the Mobius Universe. It's actually really well done. All their packaging and stuff are really well done, but this is a lot of data about a pair of headphones, right? So Okay, let's talk about that price. But before we get to the price, I'm going to ask if you could subscribe to my channel. Just a click or a tap on that subscribe button and kaboom, you're subscribed. Cool, how easy is that, right? Give me some feedback too. What else do you wish I would have shown or talked about with these? But having said that, let's talk about these. These are the Audeze Mobius 3D audio headset, and it is $399 at Amazon.com. That makes these premium gamer headphones, and honestly, I think they're worth it. They're really nice. They feel tough and rugged. I feel like they're gonna last a long time. They're super flexible with all the different ways you can get music or audio to the headphones. And if you're using them with USB, you can fine tune what you're getting using the Mac or PC app. And they sound good, the microphone sounds good, all the controls are super helpful. Lots to like here. They're spendy, they're not flashy, there's no neon or fluorescent on the earpieces or anything, but I like them. So I definitely think you should check them out. And with that, I think I'm gonna go back to Portal, so I'm gonna have to catch you in my next video.